So today we have with us Tony Gentilcore from Core Performance, is it?
Core.
Core.
Punchy.
Core.
Hit wrong right out of the gate.
Core, right from in Brookline, Massachusetts. Tony is a well-established strength and conditioning specialist. He's been in the industry for a long time now. And so we're here. I just have some questions for Tony for his upcoming workshop named Strategic Strength.
Yeah, that's a tongue twister.
Yep, Strategic Strength. He's also doing it with Luke Worthington.
Yep.
So, Tony, can you tell us and give us a little bit of a background on yourself, your educational background, and kind of like the journey of how you became the ultimate badass that you are today?
It all started in Groton, New York. I'm looking at Justin like, I've been in the industry since 2002, so doing the math, I think we're coming up on 17 years. Started in corporate fitness, worked in several commercial gyms early in my career. Eventually met up with a gentleman named Eric Cressy, which some people will be familiar with, on the internet, which at a time it was very awkward to meet people on the internet. I remember telling my mom, I was like, hey, I'm moving to Connecticut with another strength coach, and she was like, what's going on here? But we opened up Cressy Sports Performance in 2007, and I was there for 8 years as one of the strength coaches. And then in 2015, opened up my own small studio in Brookline called Core, where I train predominantly general population clients now. So I went from a situation where I worked with a lot of professional athletes, particularly overhead athletes, and now I work with more general population clients, and still very much interested in helping them getting stronger, moving better, working around with some various injuries when needed or when it's warranted, and and then obviously still keeping up with my writing and traveling for speaking engagements and stuff like that. So, but yeah, I'm still very much coaching about 20-25 hours a week. I always cut myself accountable. It's like if I'm going to write and talk about coaching athletes and people, that I should actually be coaching athletes and people. So I very much still enjoy doing that, but certainly love doing workshops and having the opportunity to travel around the country as well.
Great. So the next question actually pertains to that. So why do you teach and coach so many workshops, and why do you feel continuing ed is a valuable and necessary component in terms of fitness?
Yeah, that is something where if you would have told me early in my career that I would be doing workshops and talking in front of people, I would have hyperventilated into a paper bag. It was like, there's no way I would ever see myself doing that. That was never a goal, but it's been a natural progression in my career, whereas I started as a personal trainer, started dabbling a little bit of writing, which kind of bled into smaller speaking engagements locally, and then that's ventured into more nationally. And I really enjoy doing it. Like I feel like I have a lot to offer to other fitness professionals as far as like what I've done in my career that I felt has worked well. And as far as training clients one-on-one and in a group setting, talking about assessment, talking about how I coach up certain lifts and how I progress things and regress things in program design. But it also allows me to just be in front of more eyes and more ears. So I think that's a valuable thing too.
Can you tell our audience here, name some of the other workshops that you've done in the past?
Yeah, so I've done with Strategic Strength. This will be the second time doing it because I did it with Luke in London last summer. I've also done Complete Shoulder Hip Blueprint with Dean Somerset, and we've probably done that at least 20 times. We're now on version 2.0, which that we'll be filming later this year. I do one with my wife, Dr. Lisa Lewis, called Strong Body, Strong Mind, so it has a little bit more of a psychological component intertwined with the fitness component. What else have I done? I've spoken to a few NSCA events and the Fitness Summit, stuff like that. So I think all told, it's probably been at least 50 or so speaking presentations that I've done in the past, 4 or 5 years. Yeah. So it's pretty cool that I'm at that point where people want to actually listen to what I have to say and they're paying me for it. So, but it's worked out really well.
So I personally have attended a few of Tony's workshops, but today we're here specifically to speak about the strategic
Yeah, tongue twister.
and it's being hosted at Clientele
Yep.
in Boston as well. So can you speak to us specifically more about like in terms of who should attend and what you intend on delivering to those people in attendance?
Yeah, so I think it's targeted towards other fitness professionals, but certainly not to the point where people who are just interested in health and fitness can't attend. Luke and I really went out of our way to make it very accessible to the general population as well. But certainly some of the material that we talk about, like I'm going to be talking more along like upper and lower extremity assessment. Of course, I'm going to have people deadlift. We got to break down the deadlift and how I coach the squat up. Luke goes in a little bit more of PRI, Posture Restoration Institute protocols, so he's very big into that. He goes down the rabbit hole with that. Also talks about his assessments and what that means and how we progress those and why we do them and what do we get out of them. And he also talks about neuromechanics. Like he's very much a central nervous system nerd. And we'll get into the weeds with that too, where to the point where you're covering people's eyes, you're getting more range of motion on this side. It's like voodoo. Like I'm like, how the heck is this happening?
Yeah.
But Luke has an extensive history with athletics himself, and he's been a trainer about as long as I've been, if not longer, over in the UK. And he's a very, very smart dude. So the two of us together with our skill set, we have, I think, combined over 30 years of coaching combined. And then it's just like we're gonna crush assessment. We're gonna talk about program design. We're gonna troubleshoot lifts. Like we're gonna watch people deadlift, watch people squat, watch people bench press, talk about everything, and just get an idea of like how he and I break all that stuff down.
So in the fitness industry, there's just so many acronyms, right? And like we've heard of PRI before, but for those who don't really know what PRI is, can you kind of speak a little bit?
PRI talks about a lot of it's just a lot of it breathing mechanics and how the diaphragm and pelvic floor intertwine and how it addresses movement. But it's really getting people to chill out. I think you can probably commiserate with me where we deal a lot of type A individuals here in Boston, and just getting them to learn to chill out, and a lot of it is coming down to breathing mechanics and how our breath and getting people in better positions is gonna have a very good, profound effect on their performance in the gym and their everyday life. So PRI, I mean, there's a very vast rabbit hole when it comes to PRI protocols. But Luke will definitely water it down, and he breaks it down in a way that's very, very accessible, and is really more like stuff that trainers and coaches can use the following day and play around with. So it isn't something that's like a head scratch thing. What is he talking about? Because again, it's a very vast and deep rabbit hole. But he'll break down the anatomy in a very watered down way, and definitely make it accessible to the trainer and coach.
So for those in Boston or even the surrounding areas who have attended some of your past workshops, why should they come to this specific workshop?
Yeah, I think, and certainly there's always going to be overlap. I mean, like if I say I'm going to talk about the squat and the deadlift, I mean certainly I think as a coach, like there's certain things I come across from a methodology standpoint and a principle standpoint and a programming standpoint that always is kind of like, that's what I'm looking for. It's always changing, but every workshop's different because you get different people are there, and it's just a different feeling. So I think seeing stuff live is always going to be more valuable than just reading about it on the internet or watching a video on YouTube. Because just seeing it live, you get to see the coach in action. You know, you get different people who are attending with different backgrounds, different injury histories, and that's what makes every workshop different.
Yeah.
So certainly, yes, there's nothing different as far as me, like, yeah, I want to break down the deadlift and squat and how I coach it and the cues I use. But when I start getting people to actually do it live, that's what's different. And then bringing Luke over from the UK just adds a nice little peppering of knowledge too that not a lot of people here in North America have ever listened to Luke speak, and he's really good.
And he has a British accent.
And he has a British. People swoon over his British accent. He's very attractive. I often joke that he's the most handsome man in the UK. But
he's pretty handsome.
He's pretty handsome. But he's also very smart. So we're gonna prioritize that.
So just to give everyone the right information, it is a 2-day workshop. It's going to be all day Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We're running an early bird special
Yep.
until April 30th. So after April 30th, it'll be $3.99, correct?
Yep.
So the early bird special will knock $100 off, and it'll be $2.99. And the link will be in the description here. It's
Yep.
going to go from Tony's website. So you just go there and sign up, and hopefully we'll see you guys there.